Friends and viewers, Nathaniel Hawthorne, the writer, the American author, the writer of the famous novel, The Scarlet Letter. So today I'm going to tell you about one of his short story. The name of this short story is The Birthmark. It was first published in 1843. The story of this short story revolves around Aylmer, a scientist, and his beautiful wife Georgiana, whose only flaw is a small birthmark on her cheek. Aylmer becomes consumed by the desire to remove the birthmark, believing it symbolizes imperfection. The story delves into themes of ambition, the dangers of trying to remove the imperfection inherent in humanity, and the consequences of trying to change or control nature. So let us come towards the story, the full story. There's The Birthmark by Nathaniel Hawthorne. So the story starts like this. The narrator tells us or introduces Aylmer as a brilliant scientist and a natural philosopher who has abandoned his experiment for a while to marry the beautiful Georgiana. One day, Aylmer asks his wife whether she has ever thought about removing the birthmark on her cheek. She cheerfully says no, but grows serious when she sees that he asked the question seriously. Many people, she says, have told her the mark is a charm, and she has always thought maybe they were right. Aylmer says that because her face is almost perfect, any mark is shocking. Georgiana is angry at first, and then she weeps, asking how he can love her if she is shocking to him. The narrator explains that the birthmark in the question is a red mark in the shape of a tiny hand on Georgiana's left cheek. The mark disappears when she blushes. Georgiana's male admirer loved the birthmark, and many would risk their life just to kiss it. Some women think the mark ruins her beauty, but the narrator says this is nonsense. Aylmer obsesses about the birthmark. For him, it symbolizes immortality and sin and comes to tower over Georgiana's beauty in his mind. He can think of nothing else. One night she reminds him of a dream he had. He spoke in his sleep, saying they must take out her heart. Aylmer remembers dreaming that he had removed the birthmark with a knife, plunging down until he had reached his wife's heart, which he decided to cut out. Georgiana says that she will risk her life to have the birthmark erased. Thrilled, Aylmer agrees to try. He professes complete confidence in his own abilities. Likening himself to Pygmalion, he kisses his wife's unmarked cheek. They decided to move to the apartment where Aylmer has his laboratory. He has already made stunning discoveries about volcanoes, fountains, mines, and other natural wonders. Now he will resume his study of the creation of life. As the couple enters the laboratory, Aylmer shudders at the sight of Georgiana, and she faints. Amindab, Aylmer's grotesque assistant, comes to help. He says he would not remove the birthmark if Georgiana were his wife. Georgiana wakes up in sweet-smelling room that have been made beautiful for her. Aylmer comforts her with some of his more magical creation, airy figures, absolute bodiless ideas, and forms of unsubstantial beauty. He shows her moving senses that mimic real life. Then he gives her a fast growing flower that dies as soon as she touches it. Next, he tries to create a portrait of her with a metal plate, but when the plate shows a hand, he throws it into acid. Between experiments, Aylmer tells Georgiana about alchemy. He believes that he could turn base metal into gold and create a potion that would grant eternal life if he wanted to, even though he says he knows that doing so would be wrong. He disappears for hours and then shows her his cabinet of wonder. Of such wonder is a vial that holds a powerful perfume. Another is a poison that, depending on the dose, would allow Aylmer to kill someone instantly or after a long period of time. Georgiana is appalled, but Aylmer says the poison is more good than bad. He shows her another potion that can wipe away freckles, but he says her birthmark needs a much deeper cure. Georgiana realizes that Aylmer has been doctoring her food or making her inhale something in the air. Her body feels strange. She reads the book in his scientific library as well as his account of his own experiment. She realizes that his achievement always falls short of the goals he originally sets. Still, the account of his studies make her worship him. Aylmer catches her crying over his journals, and although his words are kind, he is angry. She sings to him, restoring his spirit. A few hours later, Georgiana goes to laboratory to find Aylmer. When he sees her, he grows angry, accuses her of prying, and tells her to go away. She stands her ground and refuses, saying he should trust her and not try to hide his fear. She promises to drink whatever he tells her to drink. Moved, Aylmer says the mark goes deep into her body and its removal will be dangerous. In her room, Georgiana thinks about how noble it is that Aylmer refused to love her as she is, insisting instead of create his ideal version of her. He brings her a potion that he says cannot fail. He shows her how it cures a garrinium of blot. She drinks the liquid and sleeps. Aylmer watches her with tenderness, but also as if he's watching a scientific experiment unfold. Gradually, the birthmark fades. Amindap laughs. Georgiana wakes, sees herself in the mirror, and tells Aylmer not to feel bad about rejecting the best the earth could offer. Then she dies. So, this is the story of the birthmark by Nathaniel Hawthorne. And character involved in this short stories, there is only three characters: Aylmer, the beautiful wife Georgiana, and Amintab, the servant. So, this is the story of the birthmark. I hope you will like it when you go to the main short story. Thank you very much.